can't stand Esau, bro. I really can't. When you be on the highway and stuff, it's like they be looking around and waiting on you, just sitting right there like a damn predator, like an eagle, and waiting on you to do one little teacher beacher thing wrong. And then soon as you do one little thing wrong, if they suspect you doing something wrong, they still gonna stop you. Like try to zoom in on you. One little thing. You can accidentally like walk out into the road or whatever. They still gonna stop you and act like you committed millions and millions of murders. That's what they do. And when you throw it up in their face, they're gonna try to make it seem like, well, we thought you was rolling around in the road. Yeah, like that. They're gonna always, the wicked Esau, the wicked ass Esau, gonna always make it seem like what you do wrong. You see what I'm saying? Esau is evil as fucking hell. Even if they suspected of you doing wrong, like just a little bit of misdemeanor, that's $110, that's $107, that's $120. The only reason why we didn't take you down nowhere is because you ain't got no record. What? You mean to tell me I'm not being a slave to sin and you mad because I'm not a slave to sin? Esau, yeah, I'm talking to y'all. Why would I love a race of people like that? You think I'm going to invite some people like that to my house? Think about it. You think I'm going to invite Esau to my house? As a lot of our people want to be slaves to him. You think I want to, in essence, I'm going to invite an enemy to my house that has a history of killing millions of Native Americans? What the hell I'm going to invite somebody like that took my brother because he's sitting there reading the Bible, waking up our people. Then this devil, I think this video was about a year old now, probably almost 2 years old, probably. Detained my brother and put him in the back of the car. If he's listening to this video, he know who I'm talking about. Put my brother in the back of a police car because he was sitting out reading the Bible. And every time I think about that, it makes me angry. Ecclesiastes chapter 7:7 says, surely oppression will make a wise man mad. And you know what it was? It's because that devil couldn't take the truth. You damn right I'm mad. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American people, if you ain't pissed off about this shit, then you ain't wise. You develop this slave syndrome for these evil people. Our people will kill you for Esau. But you got to ask yourself, what have they done for our community? What have they done for our community? Ask yourself that question. Only thing coming out their mouth, you complaining too much. You complain. Get the hell up out of here. I may not say too much to my people, but I don't hate my people. Let's just get that straight now. I don't hate my people. Yes, I know I done had attitudes from time to time with my people. They don't like some of the shit I do. Of course, we might have had beef with each other. We had beef with each other in the hood coming up. Certain one of my neighbors didn't like us, you know what I'm saying, all that kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, I don't hold that against my brother or my sister, because I understand they are conditioned by the system. And if they do hate us, it's because of these enemies, these devils, Esau, that put that is controlling the world right now. This shouldn't even be no damn debate about who the chosen people are. I find this to be mighty ignorant and stupid for us to be engaging in debates with each other and it shouldn't be no damn debate. We already know who is in control of the world. We know it's Esau in control of the world. That shouldn't even be an issue. I want to see if I can, hold on, wait a minute, try to go over a little bit of history here. All right, what's up? In that car right there, whoever it is. Yeah, I don't know who. It must be somebody that. Black Arabs, Black Jews, and Ethiopians. Yeah, let's see here. All right, let's look at this right here. This is the old part. I just want to refresh in my memory and read it. The original Black Jews. Originally, all Hamites and Shemites were black. Abraham was a black Shemite, a descendant of Shem. That's right. The name of Abraham was Abram before he was referred to as Abraham. The three Hebrew patriarchs were Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. This Jacob begot 12 sons, who later fathered the 12 tribes of Israel. Abraham was the father not only of the Hebrew Israelite nation, but also of the Arab nations. Now, we have to understand, everybody that came out of the seed of Abraham was not a child of God. Y'all, you have to remember, God has a chosen people too. Now, the mother and grandmother of the Arabian nations were black Hamites, Egyptian women, and the father of the Arabian nations were Abraham and Ishmael. Black Shemites, at a certain time, there were hard feelings between Sarah and Abraham's wife and Hagar, Sarah's maiden servant. So Hagar fled from Abraham's house and dwelt in the land of, hold on. Okay, Abraham's house and dwelt in the wilderness. Josephus, the Jewish historians, wrote that Ishmael married an Egyptian woman. As a result, he begot 12 sons: Nebijah, Kedar, and Abiel, Mibsam, Mishma, and Demath, Missa, Hadar, Tema, Jetar, Naphish, and Kidamath. These 12 sons became 12 tribes of Israel, inhabited the peninsula. Okay, hold on, wait a minute. Peninsula. This country is known today as Arabian to those who do not believe that the ancient Arabians were black. I would like to make one point. Excuse me. One point crystal clear. If your grandmother if your grandmother were black, I am positive that you would have many colored futures. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and the 12 tribes of Israel were all black people. This I shall prove to you by a gradual method. After Joseph was sold down into Egypt as a slave, we find in the 42nd chapter of Genesis that he had became the viceroy of Egypt. Joseph's 10 brothers came unto Egypt, Egypt in Africa to buy corn because a famine was in the land. All newcomers who came unto Egypt had to buy corn from Joseph. But when Joseph's 10 brothers came to Africa, they did not recognize him. They did not recognize him because Joseph had grew up, and the Egyptians were a black people like the sons of Jacob. And see, that's what this is going into, how our people started cross mixing with the other nations and stuff too. Joseph's 10 brothers knew this to be true because the 10 brothers returned and reported to their father. The man who is the Lord of the land had spoken roughly to us. Furthermore, if Joseph had been white, he would have aroused the curiosity of his brethren very rapidly. Very rapidly. We really do not need any further proof that the Israelites were black, but for the sake of argument, I will offer it. And Rudolph Winslow, black man from New Jersey, wrote this book. In many places in the Bible, we find the sons of Jacob and later the Israelites black Canaanite women for wives. They were taking the black Canaanite women for wives. Okay, if the ancient Israelites were not originally black, they would be after the intermingling with the black Canaanite men and women. When the king of Pharaoh of Egypt promulgated and edited to cast all the Hebrew male babies into the Nile River, Miriam and her mother had hid the baby Moses in a basket alongside the river. Meanwhile, Pharaoh's daughter came down to the Nile to wash herself, and she saw the basket. Okay, hold on. She saw the basket and the baby Moses. Pharaoh's daughter knew that the baby was a Hebrew, and she adopted him. You see what I'm saying? So the real Hebrews are black, man. The blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are the real Jews, bro. But a lot of our people don't care, man. I don't, you know what I'm saying? They don't care. But like, look at that. Now she passed by, and it's just crazy, man. How our people they don't take pride in who they are, bro. All right, let's go on. We'll talk about that later. If it would have been difficult to conceal him from her father's anger. In the period of Moses, the black Egyptians enslaved black Jews. Why is it so hard for our people to get, bro? Another point to prove that the Jews were black in the leprosy law, written in the 13th chapter of Leviticus, and explained in the second chapter of this book. The the um, the strongest and most amazing phenomenon concerning the biblical leprosy was that the skin turned white. These laws of leprosy, okay, were applied to a white nation. See, the real Jews are black, bro. They are. The real Jews are black. You know what I'm saying? But see, our people, bro. Okay, I had to turn off of the music. See, our people, bro, they don't really take pride in that. You know what I'm saying? They just don't. You see what I'm saying? But let's look at this here. Hold on. Got this. Herbert went went Herbert Wins wrote in his book, it began in Babel. All indication points to the fact that the Asians were the creator of the black race. It is written in the book of Daniel 7 and verse 9, and I beheld until the thrones were cast down, and the Ancient of Days did sit, whose garment was white as snow, and the hair of his head like the pure wool, and his throne was like the fiery flame, and his wheels as burning fire. The meaning of this verse as follows: I beheld until the thrones were cast down. The thrones were placed down and erected, and the Ancient of Days did set. The God of the universe is the Ancient of Days, who sat on the throne, and the hair of his head like pure wool. Wool is like nappy hair. That's what it is. Hold on, hold on. I heard some music pass by, so I paused it just a minute. It says, now let's go down. The Ancient of Days who sat on the throne, okay, and Antiponophia, okay, I hope I said that right. The form of God judging the nations in the appearance as a vulnerable man who with woolly hair like a black man. Daniel the prophet and the people and his environment, the Babylonians, must have had woolly hair for him to dream of God having woolly hair. Many Israelites in biblical times intermarried with the Canaanite Hamite tribes. And if the Jews were not black, the Israelites became much darker of a surety after the intermingling. Now, that part that kills the argument when people try to say that um, the part about See, you can't look at somebody and judge whether they are from the nation of Africa. That's why you got to ask people what is their nationality. Because after the intermingling, the people got much darker. You see what I'm saying? Just like after the intermingling, the more people mixed, the more they skin became so pale. When you look at how, and red or pale or something like that there, and probably had a lot of the features of Esau, like hair all over in the chest, over the body and stuff like that. The more our people intermingle, the more our people look different. You see what I'm saying? Because it was a certain time period that our people, black people, intermingle with the other nation, and this is how you get the split during the time of Solomon and Jeroboam, when the kingdom split, and there was a split between Judah and the northern kingdom. You see what I'm saying? And this is in I'm gonna find them scriptures. That's in the book of First Kings, 16, 12, and somewhere up in there. It was a split between Jeroboam, Nebijah, and Jeroboam. They started going into idol worship. You see what I'm saying? And what they did, the children of Israel went worshiping the gods of the other nations in that. And this is how, when they started mixing their seed with these other nations, the heathen women or heathen nations around them, then they no longer looked at similar to the other nations outside of the nation of Israel. This is how you get us with these different futures that we got. You see what I'm saying? This is how you get that, because our people intermingle. You see what I'm saying? There's another scripture that proves that. You go into Hosea chapter 7 and verse 8. It says, Ephraim has mixed himself amongst the people. Ephraim is a cake not turned. Strangers devoured his strength, and he know it not. When it says a cake, Ephraim is a cake not turned. A lot of people would take that out of context, but not turned simply mean that a lot of our people don't turn the same color as the original so-called black person. They may turn another color. They may be the color of the other nations. Now you looking at this person, and I'm thinking that, wait a minute, damn, I could be what nation am I? I can be from Esau. I can be from this, or that person can be from this. We saying all these things, not knowing the biblical nationality. So from there, we just take most of our people, we just go by off of the appearance of how you look. And I think that's why the Bible goes into 1 Samuel, I think it's 16, in the last, in verse 9, somewhere in there, it says, man sees as, for man sees, God sees not as man sees, but the Lord looketh on the heart. And he told Samuel, he said, don't look down on his countenance or the height of his stature. Y'all remember that story? Don't look on his height or stature. So that's telling me, don't get so caught up into the looks of a person. You see what I'm saying? Don't get so caught up in looking at yourself and all of that. Oh man, look at that, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't get so caught up in that. You go by the Spirit. You see what I'm saying? Romans 8:16 said the Spirit going to bear witness. You see, it's the Spirit bears witness with our spirit that we are the children of God. Right? So that's what you have to look at. It's not about the color. It's not based upon color. It's about the spirit. God cares about that spirit underneath the skin color. That's what he cares about. That's all we should care about. We should care about the spirit. We should care about the relate. If you meet somebody and they saying something, they going through that, you may go on, you say, damn, we've been through a similar situation. That's what it means when it says the Spirit bears witness with our spirit that we are the children of God. The white man Esau cannot read the Bible and can comprehend that. They can't look at, oh, my people went through that. No. Because everybody, only blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans went through slavery. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, I had there was some music down there, man. But our people, not only do they hate each other, they hate themselves, they hate anybody that looks close to them, like a so-called black person that can look Eurocentric with with colored skin, and they have an idea this person is from us. They gonna hate you. I experiences it a lot. They hate you. They look at you with a hateful look. You go in the stores, they're gonna be an Uncle Tom, and they're gonna treat you a certain way. You see what I'm saying? Just like I can go into a store, I can go into a dentist's office, I can go into whatever store. When I go in there, more than likely, when I go in there, I'm gonna get mistreated by my own people. Why? Because they have been conditioned by the Esau. It's to treat their people that way because they want to feel superior to the slave master. So they don't care nothing about you having good hair and what they call good hair and uh, looks of a European. Our people, when they trying to be an Uncle Tom for so-called white men, they don't give a damn about that. They gonna treat your ass any kind of damn way, your own, because we have been trained by the slave master is to treat each other like that. That's what it is. Yep. Man, I tell you, Jake ain't stepping about nothing, man. Jake ain't all he's thinking about, man, is getting it in or whatever they think about doing. You see what I'm saying? But thanks to Mr. Brother Rudolph Winsall that wrote this in. Do you know a lot of people, Esau is actually jealous of this man for doing this here? That's why, how could you be friends with somebody who hate your brother? You see what I'm saying? That wrote this and took out his time, talked about. They went into this thing and read where it was estimated. He didn't show the estimation and all of that kind of stuff. That don't mean it disproved nothing that he said in this book. You see what I'm saying? And our people should have a problem with other people reading our literature and giving their own still trying to lie. Get up out of here, man. So I'm gonna come back a little bit later on. Blacks, Hispanics, Native American, let's wake up, bro. We got to start treating each other right. We got to start loving each other. We got to get out that spirit of hate. We got to get out that spirit of Uncle Tom spirit. We got to get out of that. You see what I'm saying? We got to get out of that. Yeah, they'll mistreat your ass in a minute. You get mistreated by your own people, bro. Yep. Yeah, man. Our people, man. Hold on, let me turn this off now. Plus they got